Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome. Excuse me. Pardon me. So it is 6:57. We got 3 minutes to hang on and wait for everybody to join us. If you're on the replay, just begin to um, breathe full and slow and deep into your body as we're waiting. And if you're here live with me, do the same thing. Just begin to present yourself a little bit more to the call, to this moment, to yourself, and we'll jump right in at 7 o'clock straight up. And there's Jizzy faithfully letting me know that he can see me. Thank you, Jiz. I appreciate you. And again, we'll just continue to breathe for a moment. Check in with yourself. Find those two words just for you. What are you feeling right now? What's your state of being? And then do make sure you say hello in the comments so when I come back, I can heart your hello. Spread the love. My clock says 6:58, so we'll hang tight for another minute and a half or so. All right, so we're at 6:59. We got another minute. If you're just arriving, say hi in the comments. Everybody begin to breathe full and slow and deep into your body, and we'll jump right in at 7 o'clock straight up. You disappeared. There you are. Okay, welcome everybody. If you're just getting here, make sure you say hello in the comments. Thanks for being here with me today. It's always nice to know that some of you are still finding value being here live. So, and it inspires me to keep going with our Magical Mondays. Not that I would stop, but all right. So it is 7 o'clock straight up. I'm going to jump right in. If you're just getting here, make sure you say hello so I can come back and see who is all here with me. So welcome everybody. Happy Magical Monday. Again, like last week, I'm going to keep this really simple today because there's so much going on in the world. And I know a lot of you, like me, are feeling a lot right now. There's so much to process. And if we're not careful, if we're not mindful, it really starts to feel like there's just way too much to figure out. You know that feeling? How do I stay safe? How do I understand what's happening? How do I trust? Who do I trust? What's coming next? And the one I know is haunting a lot of you is how do I really ascend? and as we've been focusing on the last Magical Mondays, that question, how do I be source in the middle of all of this? And it can get overwhelming really fast. So I want to bring you back to something today that we touched on a week ago Saturday in our Soul Work Sanctuary, and I brought forward again in last week's Magical Monday, and that was the question that the elders left us with on that Saturday. And that question was, what am I misunderstanding about me being source? Or what am I misunderstanding about source in the person of me? However you want to look at it. But I just want you to sit with that for a second because they asked us to offer up that question. Where am I misunderstanding me being source or source as the person of me? Just feel that for a second. Because I'm starting to feel something shift in me as I'm playing with that question in a really tangible way. And I want to introduce it gently today. Um, and it's this. Right now, with everything that's unfolding in the dismantle in the world, we're not actually being asked to figure out everything right now. We've never been asked to figure it out. But what we're being asked as soul volunteers who said, yeah, send me, I'll go to Earth. How bad can it be? Right? And here we are in the human form going, oh shit. But what if right now we're being asked to change where we're perceiving from? Not what's happening out there, or not from what's happening out there, but from where you're meeting it, where you're perceiving what's happening out there from in here. Stay with me, because most of us have been living our entire life tuned to the one way of perceiving reality on one radio station. And with everything from that perspective, we've always felt like everything is happening to us. And the mind, it immediately goes to fear and reaction and trying to control, trying to understand everything at once, right? You know what that feels like. It's normal. That's how we've been programmed. It's actually how we've been wired on the lower frequency when we only had access to 2 strands of 12 DNA strands. Most of it has been dormant, and as the frequency of Earth is rising, our dormant DNA is coming online. And that's important because as this new capacity starts to come online inside of us, and I know you've all already felt it, you've all had moments where you suddenly know something without overthinking it, right? And you feel a little more calm in the middle of something that normally would have spun you out. I know that's true because many of you have shared that with me recently. Or you realize something's not working for you anymore. It's not aligned for you in your life, and you let it go. We've all been moving in this direction, and that's not random. That's you starting to tune into a different level of awareness. And that's what the elders started calling a year ago, March, our I am presence. I didn't like that word. I've never liked that word. But when they brought it through and what I felt in my body, I surrendered. I said, I'm all in. Take me where you're going to take us. Show me what you'll show me. So I want to make it really practical, Dave. I want to make it really practical today because it's not, the I am presence is not some spiritual idea floating out there above our life. It's a function inside of you, a function that is becoming stronger on the bandwidth we are tuned to, and it's becoming like a second receiver, and it's quieter, but it's clearer. And that's so important right now because we can already see it. The world is getting louder, and we know it's going to continue to get louder, right? And if we stay tuned to that, to the station that is fear and figure it out, that's the station we've all been tuned to. Fear and figure it out. Stay on guard, figure it out. Be afraid, figure it out. Do something to get better, to get stronger, to get more spiritual. Do something, figure it out, ascend, right? If we stay tuned to that station, it's going to get more intense. But as soon as, well, I'll say it this way, if we stay tuned to that radio station, your nervous system is going to stay maxed out. It's going to be on overload, and you're going to eventually shut down. And your mind is just going to frickin' keep spinning. And you're going to feel like you're constantly behind, especially in your spiritual journey. But if we all begin to prioritize this inner receiver, this one that's much more clear, and the way that the Masters of Light introduced it long ago, they said you're getting an upgraded command center. Everything has been preparing us. It's all been accumulative. It's all been, when you look back, it's all been so precise, continuing to lead us forward into this present moment and to this present moment. And in this present moment, we're being offered a deeper understanding of this inner receiver. And when we begin to strengthen this inner receiver, everything begins to shift. Not the outward world immediately, but your relationship to the outer world begins to shift. And that's where our power truly is. So here's the invitation for this week, beautiful soul. I want to keep it simple. I want you to stop trying to figure everything out. Seriously, give yourself permission to stop trying to figure everything out. You're not going to solve the world this week. You didn't last week. You didn't last month. You didn't last year. And you didn't in 2020. Our job is not to figure it out. And our job, I'm not even going to say that. So this week, I'm going to take you back to the message from last Magical Monday. Give me 1 second. My apologies. I still got this cough thing going on. So here's what we're going to do instead. You're going to give yourself permission to stop trying to figure everything out. And instead, we're going to turn up our commitment to picking one state of peace, of connection, or joy. And we're going to consciously create small moments throughout our day. Not because we're avoiding the world, but because we're strengthening this inner receiver. Because when your nervous system softens, when your breath slows down, when your body feels even a little bit more safe, that deeper intelligence that's coming online in you, as the person of you, it gets a chance to come forward. That upgraded command center gets the chance to have space to start to send those impulses of thought that become more clear. It can be subtle, a subtle thought, a little nudge to move in a direction, a burst of clarity, a note that feels really clean, or a yep that feels super grounded. It just feels like you living you, but from a different place of receiving. So I'm going to say it again. Beautiful soul. This week, it's not about ascending. It's not about figuring out the whole picture, and it's not about you perfecting your spiritual walk. Let's see if we can all make this week together about creating enough space inside of you for the part of you that already knows, your soul, the I am presence. Not even your I am presence, it's the I am presence. That part of us that knows, that's already right here in your upgraded command center. We're making space for it to be heard. That's it. That's it. Because what's starting to come through already for May's transmission message, that medicine, I can feel and sense them getting ready to take this whole premise to the next level. And I can feel it. Like there's this shift in the answer to the question, where am I misunderstanding what it means to be source as me? I don't know where my misunderstanding is, but I'm sitting in the offering of the question. Show me what you'll show me. So this week, it's about us giving space to this, not to escape the world, but to pick up on the receiver on how to actually navigate it from a much different perspective. And again, we're being prepared. So for now, we're going to slow it down, we're going to simplify, and we're going to choose even more intensely what we're feeding. And we're going to come back to the space in the center of our chest. And we're going to do that by creating little moments during our day for the next week in creating experiences where we feel peace, where we feel connection, or where we feel joy. From that level of choice in what we're feeding and coming back to the heart over and over again, you're going to feel this sense you're not behind. You're going to feel this sense, I am prepared and I'm continuing to be prepared. And you're going to let your nervous system calm down. You're going to let your breath slow, and you're going to let the subtle impulses of this receiver that's quieter than the receiver we've been tuned to, but much more clear, start to have priority to shift us in our perspective. Not a lot of effort, just a more intentional choice answering the question, what frequency am I feeding? And we're going to feed it moments of peace, connection, and joy. So before we hang up, just want to help you settle into that. So close your eyes right now if that feels good to you. I want you to take a big, slow breath in through your nose, and then just let it fall out of your mouth. Then if it feels good to you, just put your jumper cables right on your heart chakra, where the receiver energy rests beneath your chest bone, beneath your sternum. And again, breathe in through your nose, full and deep. And then just let the exhale fall out of your mouth. And bring your awareness into the center of your chest, right beneath your hands if they're there. No forcing, just noticing the space in your chest. And for a second, just imagine or feel a soft golden light there. Not something you're creating, something that's already there. And just rest your attention there for a few breaths right now. No forcing, just focused on what's there. And if your mind wanders, that's okay. Just come back and quietly inside of yourself say these words. I am here. And feel that for a moment. Say it again. I am here. Not as words, but as presence. Now take one more breath in. Let the breath fall out. And when you're ready, come back, open your eyes. This week it doesn't have to be any more complicated than that, beautiful soul. Start to prioritize tuning to this receiver with your breath, and then at periodic points of the day, adding to the breath break, how can I create moments of peace, connection, or joy for myself? Let's run that experiment, see what happens. I love you tons. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.